We're live.
Are we live?
You are live.
All right, let's see if we're live on the page here.
Takes a few minutes.
I guess so, yeah. We need to close that. I don't think we're live.
You are live, honey.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, we are. Okay.
Where'd it go?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to find it again.
Probably up at the top.
I don't know. You find it. Give everybody a couple of minutes to get here. I'm like, we are. Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Melissa with Haylo Creative Designs and my husband, JC, who's manning the computer for the moment. I think we're having some technical difficulties.
Does everybody see us sideways?
Are we sideways?
The videos.
Well, that's just not right, is it?
No.
We could all sit like this. All right. Tell you what, give us just a moment and we're going to flip the camera and we'll be right back. Do you want to go try to flip the camera?
Hi, you are sideways. Yeah, we
Okay.
are sideways.
All right. We'll flip the camera. Hang on just a second. You might see the sides off of on either side of us, but that's okay. All right. Are we better?
I think we might be better.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to refresh here and see what it tells me.
I think we've been on the road too long.
I think so. Man, you guys, this trip from Washington to Kentucky has been an event. Getting caught in the snowstorm in Montana really set us back a couple of days, and it's quite interesting. I don't know if some of you saw the pictures that I had posted or not. Are we right side up now? Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Yes, Sharon, you hear the hubby. Well, when we had the phone turned and we were sideways, you could see him, but now maybe not so much. Let's see, scoots real close. Hi, everybody, as you come in.
No Shave November.
Oh, yeah, remember way back in the beginning we were tossing around the idea of him not shaving? Well, it is No Shave November, and he does take part, so he's got the full face now. But as you guys come in, say hi, tell us where you're from, and please, we would love if you would share. Maybe you've got somebody on your friends list that would like to get crafty with us tonight, so please share if you don't mind. And welcome. So tonight we are going to do a simple gingerbread wreath. We have 2 rolls of some deco mesh from Joann's. Kind of got the poly jute and the brown metallic in it. Then we have this super cute gingerbread sign. And then I've got a few selections of ribbon. Not quite sure if I'm going to use all of them and do maybe some terry bows on my bow maker, or if I'm just gonna do some simple ribbon tails and yeah, I don't really know yet, but we'll figure that out as we go. I also have some really cute pics here. I've got some little gingerbread men. I have some candies, more candies, some red berries. Not sure which ones I'm going to choose yet, but we do have an assortment to choose from. We are going to use a 14.5-inch wire frame and some chenille stems to get started. Now I'm just going to show you how I attach them and give you a couple. Then I've got one that's already got them on there so we can keep things kind of moving along. So I take a chenille stem and fold it in half like this. And then pick a section. It doesn't matter what section. Man, I wore black again, y'all. I'm so sorry. I don't have many clothes outside of boxes, so my selections for wardrobe were limited today. So I'll try to keep my my work form down here so you guys can see better instead of up here on me. So in each section, I'm going to do 3 chenille stems. We're going to start in this first section, and you're going to put your stem around the top 2 rungs and just give it a twist. I pull them apart really hard so I get a good grip on the wire frame, and then I twist. And that's what it looks like.
What method are you doing again?
What method am I going to do? I think I'm going to do 30-inch ruffles tonight. I do a lot of poof because that's the easiest for me and the quickest. But tonight I'm going to do a 30-inch ruffle. And as we all know, deco mesh frays, the more you cut it and the more you handle it. So we're going to do 10-inch mesh, and we're going to cut it at 30 inches, and we're going to do the ruffle technique. So again, okay, here's a chenille stem. You can see how I've put it on there across the first 2 rings. Okay. And since we're doing 3 in each section, the next one you want to come to the bottom 2 and do the same thing. Pull them kind of hard opposite each other and give a good twist. Okay. Then you're going to take your 3rd one for that section and come back to the top 2 rings. Pull apart, kind of twist. Okay? So now you've got a section with 3 stems on it. Okay? Now I'm going to show you how I do the next section because it's a little different. You take 3 more stems because you do 3 stems per section. And since on this side we did 2 on the top and 1 on the bottom, we're going to do 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top in the next section. And we'll alternate that all the way around. So let's throw these on real quick. How's everybody tonight? I just have to say how happy and thankful I am to be home. That was the longest week of traveling of my life. We, every time we moved with the military always moved us. We never did, you know, a ditty move or a partial, you know, ditty or anything like that. We had the military do it all. We carried our suitcases with us, and when we got there, our stuff was there basically. So this time was a little different. We had it all to do on our own. Okay guys, so I've got 2 sections done. 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top, 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. And like I said, you'll alternate that pattern for all 6 sections. Okay? Would you trade me, please, sir? Do we have any questions?
What am I watching? Hunter and Max Eubanks.
Huh?
Hunters and Max Eubanks. What am I watching? A wreath being made.
What are you watching? Hunter, we are making a gingerbread wreath tonight.
What size frame?
14.5-inch frame. All right, so I have this one.
Your courtesy PA public announcement here is that at the end of this, there will be a replay. So if you want, you can always go back and rewatch this film or this video, and unfortunately, probably not get your questions answered as quickly, but they will be answered by somebody or by watching the rest of this film. So enjoy, and please enjoy the 14-inch frame and what was it again?
Gingerbread.
Gingerbread wreath. Thank you.
Love this guy. All right, guys. So I have this one already ready to go with all the stems on it. I'm just going to set it up here, and we're going to cut some mesh. And these rolls from Joann's, at least this one, they're not as long as the 10-inch rolls that you get at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. These are, how many inches? These are 216 inches. And if you're doing 18 stems with 30-inch ruffles, it's going to take 2 of these rolls. So, I'm going to show you a quick way to cut when you're cutting more than 1 roll. I need something kind of heavy. Do we have anything heavy that I could use? Maybe I could use my water bottle. I can use it.
I'd break the tape.
Yeah. All right. Oh, there's some tape on here.
How big were these again?
How big were what? The chenille stems, they're just regular size chenille stems.
So,
I did not cut them in half. 12 inches. Yeah, it's, I mean, they come in a pack of 25. Sometimes you can get a large, you know, value size pack, but they come in a pack like this. Okay, so when you're cutting the same size cuts on more than one roll of mesh, a quick and easy way to do it is to cut them at the same time. So you lay them on top of each other, like this. And I always like to start with a fresh line. And actually, these weren't too bad, but I'm going to cut them anyway because they're fraying just a little bit. So I've got a fresh, clean edge. Woo! All right. So I don't have 30 inches worth of mat. So I'm going to measure to the 20, mark my spot, and then I'll come back and do 10. Not easy. I need a bigger mat. But baby steps, right? So you put it on your edge, on your start line. If you've got a 30-inch mat that you can measure, go out to 30 inches and make your cut.
Hello, Nairobi.
Slide your mesh down, 30 inches, make your cut. If you're working on a smaller mat, like myself, just put your edge on your start line, go down to 10 or 20, mark your spot with your fingers, pull down, and then cut at 10.
You want me to help you out with holding the rolls there?
Sure, that'd be great.
Yes, I'm watching from Nairobi.
Nairobi, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Fort Myers, Pasadena, Texas, Morgan, North Carolina.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. It is so good to be back. I know everybody was commenting on the post I made earlier that
Jacksonville, Florida.
you know, they've missed watching our lives, and it has been a while, but when you're prepping for a cross-country move, it's a little time-consuming. Right, so down to my 20, mark it with my fingers, slide it down. If you don't have a man to help or a helping hand, you can always use something heavy to sit on it to hold your mesh as you slide. I wanted you to feel needed.
Oh. Appreciate it.
All right, so that's 2, 4, 6.
Virginia, New York, Oklahoma. Well, you guys are from everywhere.
That's awesome, guys. Welcome. So happy
Hello
to have
from very
everybody.
cold Northeast Pennsylvania. Yes, I've been through that area. It does get cold. Yes, I just got replaced by a water bottle. Yes. Thank you.
I wanted him to feel needed. But I wanted you guys to also know that you can do it if
Without
you don't
a
have
man.
a helping hand.
Or without your significant other.
Yes. Or your son or daughter, or your grandkids, whoever might be there helping you.
Aloha.
So 20.
From Canada, St. Augustine's. I'm glad you and your hubby are back. Well, thank you, Linda. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. That means a lot to me. Puerto Rico.
Hi, welcome. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Does anybody else, when they're cutting mesh for a project, start to get a little like, am I gonna have enough as you're getting near the end? Because I do every time.
How I felt when we were traveling through Montana.
What?
Wondering if we were ever going to get through the end.
Oh gosh, you guys, it was miserable. I mean, one whole day we spent doing 5 to 10 miles an hour watching semis and other moving trucks and cars and trucks off in the ditch. And there was one point where it was such a whiteout that, I mean, you couldn't even tell where road and side of the road ends. And we were on a mountain. So it was a little nerve-wracking. I have never been so glad to be home in my life.
Hey, sweetheart. Thanks for joining your mom and I.
Hi, baby. I love you, honey. 2, 4, hold on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Mary Alice Baldwin, where were we? We were in the southern part of Montana, weren't we? Coming through Idaho.
We were coming across I-90.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know if I am going to have enough mesh, you guys. We might have to take that frame down to 12 stems. I don't think I'm going to have enough. I'm not. So we're going to have to
The boys
adjust.
are saying hello.
Hi, mijos.
They're literally like 50 yards away. How much did you need?
I needed 18 and I've got 14, I think. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Dun,
And I'm not
dun,
gonna get 2 more. I know I'm not. I'm not even gonna get 1. Okay, so when that happens, we improvise. Set those to the side and take one of these away.
Send your husband to the store.
So, well, that's the funny thing, you guys. Where we lived in Washington, I literally had a Joann's, Hobby Lobby, many Dollar Trees, Michael's, all within a 1.5 miles of where we lived. Here, the closest any of those are 45 minutes to an hour. And Amazon no longer does 1 day or same day delivery or Prime Now in 2 hours. And I'm beside myself because I relied on those things so much. So it's gonna take some adjusting for me. All right, so since I ended up not having enough mesh, we are going to cut the frame down a few chenille stems. Which means we're going to be on here a little longer than expected, but that's okay, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they won't get bored.
They've got you. You can sing. You can dance.
I can't sing. What can I dance?
No. All right. We'll just set those back there and use them later. Okay. So we're going to do 12. Let's see how we're going to do this. I think we'll do 1 on each bar and then 1 on each center. That'll be good enough, I think. All right, so we're going to, on the outer ring, put a stem on each bar. Okay, that'll be 6 on the outer ring. Then on the inner ring in the middle, go to the bottom 2.
Hello, the Philippines.
Like that, okay? So you've got 1 on the bar on the top, 1 on the bottom 2 in the middle. Okay, that's how we'll get through these, I think.
But we'll sure as find out together.
We sure will. Trial and error. If we don't like it, we can break it apart and do something else, right? It won't take me long to throw these stems on, so.
While she's doing that, what's everybody doing for Thanksgiving? What are you guys' plans? We would like to know.
You are so funny. Y'all should live with him. He's very entertaining.
How many people are doing a deep fried turkey? This guy,
That's his favorite.
hopefully, yes, Angie, I believe I think I pronounced it right. It will be on again later. It will be placed in YouTube.
Yeah, there'll be a replay. You
Yeah.
can find it on our page, or if you follow us on YouTube, it's youtube.com/Haylo Creative Designs. But I will upload it to YouTube later as well. Maybe not today, but
Lori, she does it, ties, twists them. How many times do you do?
I'm just twisting them once or twice around, enough to grab onto the frame.
Yeah. She may also use hot glue to keep them in place so they don't slide everywhere.
Because I have rheumatoid arthritis, sometimes when my hands are achy, they're doing pretty good today, but when my hands are achy, I can't get a tight twist on the stem, and therefore it moves around. So I will, I don't know if you can see on this one, but I put dots of glue on my stem so it doesn't move around in that case if that happens. But when my hands are in good shape, I can get a tight twist. All right, so this will be the last stem. All right. I have to tell you guys, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. I don't really do any with 12 chenille stems, but I think these 30-inch ruffles will be full enough with the embellishments and ribbon that we've got to go in. Do we have any other questions right now?
Nope. Everybody seems to be doing a deep fried turkey.
Yeah?
And
There's a lot of you doing deep fried turkeys?
I guess we're going to have some extra guests as well.
Yeah?
Some people say they're coming to our house.
Come on. After turkey, if we're not taking naps, we can come out here and craft. All right. So, I've got all my stems on. And we're going to take our first ruffle. Man, these things are long. Okay.
Jade, you and I are going to have some, we'll have a talk when it comes Thanksgiving, Jade.
So, to do your ruffle, you're going to lay it down on the table. But you want to lay it where the curve's going that way, okay? Not up, but you want it to go like an arch. And that's where you're going to start your ruffle. So you find your middle point, and on this mesh, as you can see, there's lines. So you've got 2 outside, and you've got 5 lines. So you pick the inner line, and you can try to follow that line up with your fingers as you scoot, like this. I hope you guys can see that well enough.
It's not really gold. It's what would you say the color is?
Of this mesh?
Yeah.
Well, it's the poly jute, and it's got some metallic, deep bronzy brown.
Okay. There.
So, not bad. Very pretty. What do you guys think? I love the ruffle technique. All right, so let's do another one.
Move your frame so they can see you
Oh,
do the
sorry.
ruffles.
Yeah, you're right.
Move the other one.
Move that one, yeah, because we're not using that one. Thank you. Okay. So you find your middle point with your index fingers, okay? And you just use your fingers to walk it up. And you can kind of correct yourself as you're going. It's a lot easier with this mesh because it's got the line that you can follow down the center. But on solid mesh, it's a little harder to keep straight. So you can correct as you go. All right. Once you have your ruffle, just open your chenille stem. Lay your ruffle in. Like that. We're gonna need more mesh. This just isn't filling enough, I'm afraid. So what do we do? Well, we're gonna keep going for now. All right. Sorry. These long ruffles, or long cuts, are hard to keep unrolled. Okay, so lay it flat, find your center, and walk it up. La, la, la. All right.
The strips were 30 inches?
They're 30 inches.
Strips were 30 inches.
And the
For
reason,
those asking about how long the length of the mesh was, she would use 18, but we came up a little short, so technically we're using 14 right now and having to improvise a few of these right now. Let's see, the mesh is from Joanna's.
the mesh, yeah, is the fall collection from Joann's. I did get it on clearance. Woo. And no matter what you do, deco mesh is gonna fray.
Yeah, Shani, you're not really rolling. You're kind of gathering the mesh, pinching it.
Yeah, you pinch it. You're making like a bow tie, a really large bow tie. But you take your center point with your index fingers and you pinch together and walk up with your fingers, just like that. So you put your fingers out and you squish it to your other fingers. And just walk it in.
For some of you that are, I'm trying to go down and scroll and read some of the questions. If you want to, you can also scroll down. Some of the folks are kind of answering as well. But again, the pieces she rolled out, the mesh or the burlap that you have here is 30 inches. It was originally going to be 18 pieces of those, but came up a little shy, so we're using 14.
I think we're gonna be okay. It's filling out.
The width,
It's 10-inch mesh.
10 inch, thank you.
And we're doing 30-inch cuts. And the reason we're doing 30-inch cuts is because deco mesh frays really bad, and the more you handle it, the worse it gets. So we just wanted to have a little less fray. I've learned to embrace it because it's going to do it no matter what. There are, things you can do to keep it to a minimum. Spraying it with some spray adhesive after you're finished. Actually, ideally, you would want to cut your mesh, spray it with the adhesive, let it dry, and then build your wreath. That way, as you handle it, it's going to fray the least. You can always spray it at the end. It's not going to hurt your embellishments or anything, but just know that you're going to have a little more fraying because you have handled it more.
Oh, hairspray.
Hairspray works too, yeah.
Again, public service announcement. This video will eventually end, and it will be reshown again, that you can click on it and watch it from the beginning. And it's full entirety, and therefore have every question you are asking will be answered at that time. I apologize if I don't get to all the answers or all the questions. We want to move this along as quickly as possibly and enjoy everybody's presence with us and enjoy the company. Thank you.
Who thinks he sounds like a flight attendant? That sounds like right before you get ready to take off. Okay, all right, it's coming together nicely. Once I get everything on it, it's gonna be very pretty. I don't know if you guys can see. I'll hold it up here so y'all can get a look at the mesh a little better. Y'all see that? Awesome, okay. Why are you laughing?
Are you going around the outer side first, right? You're doing the outer side first, right? Or are you just going each Chanel stem as you go?
I'm alternating. I'm just going in order. So it would be top or outer, inner, outer, inner, outer, inner.
The frame is, how big is the frame again?
The frame is 14.5 inches.
Okay, that's it.
That was it. We're doing good? Awesome. You guys, we would love it if you would share this video to your pages. Maybe you've got some friends who get crafty. Maybe you've got friends you don't know that are crafty that might enjoy learning how to do this with us. So please share if you don't mind.
Jade, wait till I see you on next week.
We do have an Etsy shop. Maybe if he doesn't mind, he could pin that for you guys. I don't have a whole lot in it right now because, again, the move has taken so much time. But This one here behind me is in there. This one to my side, can't really hardly see it much. It's in there. And I'll be adding a lot more in the next couple of weeks. I've found a couple of craft fairs that I can still get into. So I'm going to crack down and burn the midnight oil and get some wreaths made. All right, so I am a habitual fluffer. I apologize. I've caught myself twice standing here just fluffing. Any more questions?
I'm trying to get back there.
We good? Okay. So again, I have done 30-inch cuts on 10-inch deco mesh, and we're doing the ruffle technique. And the ruffle technique helps it fray just a little bit less.
Oh yes, make sure you thank your father for helping us out and getting this all set up for you.
Yes, I have to give a shout out to my parents. They have been wonderful. My dad has worked really hard to get us dedicated internet set up out here so I can work and do the lives. And you guys haven't been able to see what was going on behind the scenes, but in the 3 days that we've been back here in Kentucky, we've been really busy to get things working, and that's thanks to my dad. So thank you, Dad and Mom. I love you. All right. Okay. Yep. Okay. I've got enough. Yay. Got any questions?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You got things moving around. Are we freezing? Are we having difficulties?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out this HUD. It won't let me pin the thing.
Oh, okay.
What
So
part?
again-
We're in the southwest part of Kentucky, correct?
We are. We are in the Kentucky Lake area. If you guys aren't familiar with Kentucky Lake, it's in the southwestern corner near Paducah, near Murray, home of Murray State, close to the Tennessee border.
And guess who's a soon-to-be Murray State racer?
Yes, he's getting registered on Tuesday and getting his classes. I'm super excited. Whew. There's something in this mesh that's flying around, tickling my nose.
You can scrunch. You can do burlap like that, right? Scrunch it.
Yeah, you can do burlap like this. I mean, I don't know that I would do a 30-inch on burlap because burlap is so thick. I'm not sure how that would turn out. But I've done the ruffle technique on burlap. That's this, this LPAT is the ruffle technique with burlap. So it can be done with burlap, but I just don't know about 30-inch cuts on burlap because it is a heavy material.
Where are your Chanel stems at?
My Chanel stems are back here behind me. On down there.
So yes, you can use Chanel stems to tie down the ribbon, burlap, mesh, whatever you want to call it. And yes, you can also use zip ties.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty much a preference thing. For Melissa, she prefers to use the pipe cleaners or Chanel stems. So that's her preference. Just whatever you're comfortable with and whatever you want to use. So there's nothing saying that you have to use Chanel stems and nothing saying you have to use zip ties or burlap mesh. It's just very much, again, pretty much how you feel and what your eye sees and how comfortable you are with what you're working with.
Are we still with you guys? Sorry, I think we had some difficulties there for a minute. All right, for those just joining, we are making a Christmas gingerbread wreath. We are using 10-inch deco mesh, 30-inch cuts, and we're doing the ruffle technique. We're using a 14.5-inch wire frame with 12 chenille stems, only because I don't have any more of that mesh, or at least if it is, I didn't find it in any of the boxes that I was able to get opened so far. So we improvise. Typically I would do 16 to 18 stems for a 14.5-inch frame, but in this case we're going to make do.
I'll answer a few questions.
Okay, answer some questions.
The chenille stems you can pretty much purchase at any of the craft stores, correct?
Yeah, chenille stems you can get pretty much anywhere. Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar, Walmart, all the craft stores.
The move to Kentucky was because we wanted to be closer to family, Melissa's side of the family, and to give our boys out of the city. It was just, they needed open country to kind of run around in. So that's why we moved to Kentucky.
For the last 12 years of his military career, we've moved how many times? 9 times in 12 years?
Yeah, about that
Yeah,
time.
9 times in 12 years, and we've lived in cities. And I grew up here in the country, knowing what, wet grass feels like, in the mornings, first thing, the dew, and catching lightning bugs and honeysuckles. Actually, tasting a honeysuckle. I have honeysuckle body wash, and they don't know where that smell comes from. So just, the little things that you can't get in a city. Our boys need that right now.
Let's see. Can't show you or tie these on your wreath. Can't show. Michelle, more white. The chenille stems, just pretty much put it around the rings and then just twist it 2 or 3 times. Add some super glue where they meet the bar just to kind of hold them in place.
So, to do your ruffle technique, you just find your center, you take your index fingers, and you squish material into your thumb. And you just use the rest of your fingers to pull material back towards your thumb. And you use your index fingers and your thumbs to hold the material that you pull back.
Let's see. Something, I've heard that working with the material can cut your hands up. How do you avoid that?
It does. I've been doing it long enough now that the tips of my fingers are calloused. But when I first started working with deco mesh, tell them what I did with the tape.
She taped her fingers. Remember how Michael Jackson used to do it back in the 80s and the 90s when he would tape his fingers? It was kind of like that. And for all of you veterans that are watching us, from one veteran to another, thank you for your services you've done. For those of you about to retire, congratulations. Enjoy the time off. Enjoy the peace. And again, thank you for all those who are watching, and you're welcome to those who have thanked me.
And here's to the 22 a day. All right, guys, so, got it stuck everywhere. We have the deco mesh on. Here's what it looks like so far. Typically, it's going to be a little more full, and the center is going to be filled in because we would be using more chenille stems, but because of my lack of planning tonight, we're improvising. Ow, my thumb was stuck underneath. Okay, you can set that to the side, please.
Am I going to use it?
No, I'm done. All right, now I have to decide if I'm going to do some big terry bows with my bow maker, or if I'm just going to do ribbon. Let's look at the sign. Do we want to put it in the middle? Or do we want to put it on the side?
I'm all for the middle.
You like the middle? Do you want to do the middle? I always do the middle. I'm going to do some this week where I don't put signs in the middle. How's that? All right. So I'm just fluffing a little bit. I'm going to set this out of our way. Now, since there is no way that we can attach this sign to our wreath, we're going to take chenille stems and we're going to staple them to the back. So I've got my heavy duty stapler. I use 1/4 inch staples. Once I staple it in, I'm going to give my chenille stem a few twists and kind of wind the edge down so it looks like that. I'm going to do that 4 times. Put 4 stems, 1 in each corner.
How many ruffles did you end up doing?
I did 12, not because I really wanted to.
Oh yes, I also have to interject one thing. Tomorrow's Veterans Day? Yes. Tomorrow's Veterans Day. Today is the Marine Corps birthday.
Oh yes, it's the Marine Corps birthday.
Yes. So to all Marines now and former Marines, happy birthday. See what I did there? Hi, fan. Nice.
He's funny. All right, okay. So we've got 4 chenille stems stapled to the back of our sign, and that's how we're going to attach. I'm just really not happy with the 12 stems. All right, so we're going to find the middle of our wreath. We're going to feed our chenille stems down through the ruffles, make a hole to the frame. And you're going to tie that down to the frame. You have to kind of move ruffles out of the way, and that's fine. You can fluff them and position them once you're done. Okay, I'm going to set it upside down and just tie it off to the frame. Wrap my chenille stem around a couple of times. And I don't get too super accurate with the placement right off the bat until I get all of the chenille stems wrapped around a little bit, and then I can adjust as need be. So once you have the top ones fed through and attached, do the same for the bottom. And I'm just attaching to that inner ring. And get this one to go through. Move the ruffles out of the way. All right. So I'm going to flip it over and just wrap my chenille stems around a couple of times, and then we'll check placement and see how it looks.
Let's see. Why is it fluffier on one side, and will it even out as you fluff?
It will. When you finish, you can go and make everything the way you want it, position it the way you want it. But because I'm still going to be adding ribbon and embellishments, I haven't fluffed it and positioned everything where I want it yet. So it'll look different probably until the very end. And I've got a couple of the stems that I put on the frame that are moving around, so I'll probably have to hot glue them down so they don't move. And that's probably why it looked a little off.
The sign says Christmas is sweet, but it may be backwards up there for the rest of you guys.
Can y'all see that?
Christmas is sweet.
Okay, so here we go. All right.
Let's see. Sorry guys, it's just that for some reason your guys' questions are taking a little while to come in, and I'm trying to refresh to answer you guys' questions as I see them. So if you're feeling like I'm not answering you, it's probably because I'm not, just because I haven't gotten to your question yet. So that's why I haven't answered them.
There's 745 of you watching with us tonight, and that's an awful lot of comments. And on this side, they fly by, and sometimes they're missed, and we don't do it on purpose. We are not trying to ignore anyone. We want to answer everyone's questions. But again, we don't always see every question because they go by so fast.
Sign came from
Hobby Lobby. The sign came from Hobby Lobby.
The mesh came from Joann's.
The mesh came from Joann's. The chenille stems came from Hobby Lobby. The frame came from...
Cleaners.
The pipe cleaners came from Hobby Lobby. The frame came from Dollar Tree.
And for some of you that are still with us at this time, if you see some new people have arrived and they acknowledge, if you guys can kind of help me out with answering those as well, that'd be great, because again, your public service announcement, this video will be shared again at a later time. And if you're watching it now, most likely we won't be answering your question because you'll be watching a recording or a replay from a previous time, which is now. So I hope you guys all understood that.
I don't know what I'd do without him. I am lucky that he doesn't mind coming out here with me. Feel very blessed.
Betty, if I knew how to pin our Etsy shop and everything else, where to go get it, I would be putting that on the comments. But if you were to get an X out of our video and go into the Facebook page, I believe there is a link in there that will show you how to get there. And as she bumps me off.
Oh, I need the mouse.
You don't need a mouse, you just need to know how to use a computer for that one.
Okay, so you've got that. It should say pin comment. There we go. Yay! Okay, we're good now. Okay, so we've got the sign on. See? We're good. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side, and we're going to cut ribbon. Can we set that over there? Honey, they won't be able to see if I put it up there. Okay. All right. So, I haven't really decided what I'm going to do for bows. I think for tonight I'm just going to do some simple hand bows and ribbon tails, and then maybe tomorrow night or the next night I will get my bow maker out and we'll do some terry bows. How does that sound, guys? Okay? All right. So let's choose some ribbon. I think I like...
Brenda, yes, we do have a YouTube channel. Just look up Haylo Creative Designs. That's Haylo Creative Designs, and it should pop right up. And you'll see previous videos of hers that she's done, all the way back to the very first one that we did. Some of her tutorials where she's gives such astounding tutorials and showing you how to do it. Very simple and very easy to follow. And then after tonight, when we're done with this live viewing, this one will also be on the YouTube channel as a replay.
He's great. All right, so I chose 3 1.5-inch ribbons. I have a gingerbread, a tan and red and white checked, and then a solid brown. So we're going to do, I think, 12-inch tails.
Kathy Woods, she does do custom orders.
I do.
So you would just have to probably send her a private message on the idea that you would want, and we'll take it from there.
Okay. All right. I think well, I don't have my pegs out, so I'm not going to use my bow maker thing to my ribbon. But we're going to do 12-inch tails. So,
weren't you going to be starting a kind of like a one-on-one type of thing here in the near future?
I am, and that is in the works. But the move has taken a lot of my time, and now that I'm here, once I get everything unpacked and we're settled a little bit, I'll be able to get that going, and I can't wait to bring it to you guys.
Kathy, are you talking about saints like as in the saints of who dat? Or are we talking about like saints? I think somebody's asking for a football one.
Oh. I can definitely do football.
Who dat?
I don't even know what that is.
That's just one of the scenes that the saints did.
Is that? Okay.
Yeah, it's a who dat.
Gotcha.
The Saints, they play in New Orleans.
Yes.
They're the gold and black.
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure you're tracking who the Saints were.
No, I mean, I know who the Saints are. I'm not that dense. I do like football. I've just never heard the who dat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I lost count. We're gonna do since we have 12 chenille stems on our frame, we're gonna do 12 cuts of ribbon, and I'm doing 12-inch cuts.
Two reasons why we did it live tonight. One, because it's Friday night, and we have very important dates tomorrow. One would be our oldest Hayden is celebrating his 11th birthday, so we will have a birthday party for him. And then again, at 7 p.m., Notre Dame plays the University of Miami. Go Irish.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I've got 12 of those.
Ooh, Mardi Gras theme. That one would be killer. That one would be actually pretty good. It'd be a lot of beads.
It would be a lot of beads. Actually, I've seen some really cool Mardi Gras ones. They're really whimsical and blingy, and they're gorgeous. They look like they'd be fun to create. I think I'm going to use that one on top. There are much quicker ways to cut ribbon, guys, so don't think this is the only way to cut ribbon. You can
use scissors.
cut a piece of cardboard 12 inches long or 6 inches long and wrap your ribbon around it, and that, you know, can cut down on your time.
Oh, Patricia.
Can you look in this bottom right corner of that ribbon tub right there and get me the other roll of this brown, please?
The one at the very bottom.
In the very bottom. I got this ribbon at Joann's in the clearance bin. It's gorgeous, but there's just not much on it.
I think I almost lost an arm.
You lost an arm in the ribbon bin.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff was dangerous.
Maybe. All that glitter.
Yes, for some reason I always end up with a lot of glitter coming out of
5,
this.
6, 7, 8.
The lady wants to see Wreath, right?
9. 10. What's up?
Somebody want to see this Wreath?
You can hold it up. Yeah. That's an extra piece.
So this is one of the Christmas wreaths that she's done.
The bow may need to be fluffed, guys. I apologize.
Oh, they wanted to see your door one.
Oh, you will have to pick up the whole stand for that one because it's top heavy. It's super heavy. That door
over to the right.
adds a lot of weight. I'll move out of the way a little bit and let him pull that
Let
out.
me Vanna White it.
Vanna White. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So what you see here is an evergreen wreath with the Christmas inspired decorations, the door. This one, how much? This one you can be found
in our Etsy shop.
on our Etsy shop. It's currently pinned. So just go and check it out there.
Okay.
A bit on the top heavy side.
It is heavy.
Nope, not on there.
Yeah, it's technical difficulties. You got it?
I think I got it.
Awesome. Rub butts.
Rub butts.
All right. So we're cutting our ribbon tails at 12 inches.
Gracias, Lourdes. Let's see. Love the door wreath. Amazing. Gas is gorgeous.
Thank you, guys.
Let's see.
I have so many ideas for wreaths right now, and I wish, well, you know what? I'm going to take a second and show you guys something.
Oh, no.
Did we just run out of propane for our heater?
Yes, we did.
Oh, no, it's going to get cold, guys. So, while we were stuck in Montana in the snow, we stopped at this one rest area, or truck stop. And it had a gift shop, an amazing gift shop. And I picked up these two cute guys. Are they not adorable? I cannot wait to make these wreaths. So, yay. Gnomes are kind of an in thing this year.
Gnomes. Well, here's another wreath.
Sorry, guys.
One more one.
Oh, that one? Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what, guys? I'm going to...
So those ones
Pull my
were
hair up.
cute. Another one that we're possibly going to be working on here shortly as a Christmas wreath. This one is a custom order, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and it will be using a custom order. But oh, good old Jack Skellington. Yes, sir.
I'll be doing that one sometime this week, too. Sorry, I had to put my hair up, guys. It was getting in my way. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to do 6 more.
Someone says their husband's afraid of gnomes.
Why is he afraid of gnomes? I'd like to hear this. Something traumatizing as a kid, probably. I have a confession. I'm a grown woman, and I still sleep with a nightlight. He doesn't like it.
Oh, here comes Dad for the save.
Dad, oh, see, I have the best dad in the world. He just brought a propane tank 3 times the size of the one we were using to heat this outside garage. 6, 7, 8. I need 4 more. Oh yeah, and I still use my fingers to count. Is that bad? Don't think I've told you, I'm using a rotary cutter to cut my ribbon. It gives a cleaner cut,
I think I seen some of my videos.
and then scissors. Makes quick work of it. Let me scoot these down here by you, babe.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dad. Okay. We have all of our ribbon. And now we're going to add a nice little effect to the ends of it. You take your ribbon and you fold it in half. And then you take your scissors and you cut from the folded edge down to the point. Okay? Like that. And when you do that, it gives this really nice dovetail, dove edge cut. I don't know if you guys can see that. So we're going to put that in all the ends of our ribbon. And because this is